Okay, last video for today. Let's give you some tips for your first meeting. Now, I know your first meeting is probably not going to be for several weeks. It might be way down the road, but it's good for you to start thinking about this now ahead of time. So here's some tips for that first meeting once you start your own group. Number one, prepare your technology. Make sure you're ready for the technology involved in running a life group with these videos. So there are tech tips right there on our website. Make sure you check out those tech tips. That will help you through all of that. If your group is going to be an online group, there's a lot more tech tips. You need to make sure not just that you are ready, but that the people joining your group are ready. If you're doing it at someone's home, it's a little bit easier, but you still need to make sure that you have the technology that you need to run it. Again, all that information can be found at the tech tips, but make sure that you're ready for that. So prepare your technology. Number two, come with a playlist in mind. This is what we found. The best way to start a group is to come with a playlist in mind. Once you've prayed about it, you've prayed about who's going to join you. Some people have agreed that they're going to come. That's great. So have a playlist in mind. What I mean is a series of videos or the video series that you're going to use for that first 4 to 6 weeks of your group. Make sure that you think that through. So play the first. Before you do anything in that first meeting, play the Intro to Life Groups video first. Again, you'll find that on the website. So play that intro video first. It'll really help you articulate what the group is all about and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be a helpful way for you to get into your group meeting on your first day. And then after you play that video, start the first week of the playlist that you've selected. So whether it's Galatians or Habakkuk or something on prayer or something about who Jesus is or foundations or whatever, start the first week of that playlist after you've played the Intro to Life Groups video. And now let me just mention this. Don't let it get awkward. This is one of the reasons that people are afraid to start a group or even to come to a group is because of those awkward moments socially in a small group. Listen, don't let it get awkward. Let me help you with that. Don't make people share or pray, especially at the very beginning, the first time you start. Over time, as you get to know each other, maybe you can do that. But at the beginning, don't force it on anyone. Don't make anyone share or pray. If you have crickets after a video, nobody's talking, then just move on to the next video in the playlist. That's the beauty of the videos. They're short, 5-minute videos. And if there's a question at the end and nobody's saying anything, just say, hey, all right, let's move on to the next video, and boom, play the next video. It'll make you feel less awkward. It'll make them feel less awkward. Just be ready to do that. Start a prayer list at the end of the meeting. Now, again, don't make people pray, but, I encourage you for that connection part, you're not just learning, you're also connecting. It's really important for the people in your group to know that you're actually going to pray for them, for their needs. Trust me, nobody's going to be offended by that. So start a little prayer list and just tell them, hey, I'll be praying for these needs. I want you to know I'll be praying for these needs. Maybe make that list available to others in the group so that they can be praying for one another as well. That'll really help in the connection area, that goal number one. And then finally, close with a short prayer. You close with the short prayer. Don't make someone else do it unless they want to. But just, a short, meaningful prayer at the end and close with that prayer. Close in a timely way. If you end a little early, that's great. And tell them thanks for coming and you hope they join us next week. Those are some great tips to keep it from getting awkward in that first meeting. Hey, if you have a good first meeting, people are going to be excited and they're going to want to come back. So make sure that you're ready for that. So why don't you hit pause now if you're doing this in a group, talk over some of this, talk about this stuff in red. And again, I just encourage you, think about, pray about starting a group, and then make it happen.